Assalamualaikum students. This is Dr. Samina Qasim, Research Methods and Skill Course Facilitator. Now today I'm going to discuss with you sampling methods. There are two types of sampling, probability sampling, non-probability sampling. Probability sampling includes simple random, systematic random, stratified random, cluster, multi-stage cluster, or double sampling. However, non-probability sampling includes convenience, judgment, quota, and snowball sampling. You see these techniques, this non-probability sampling technique and probability sampling techniques, you see from this chart very clearly. Okay, now we'll study one by one. Probability sampling. Probability sampling is one in which each person in the population has the same probability or chance of being selected. Samples that have this quality are often labeled as EPSM, that is, equal probability of selection method. A probability sampling method is any method of sampling that utilizes some form of random selection. Types of probability sampling are simple random sampling, systematic sampling. Now, what is simple random? It is a sampling scheme with the probability that any of the possible subsets of the sample is equally likely to be chosen sample. A way of selecting the sample is by means of a table of random numbers. Once a sample frame is available, each person in the population is assigned a number. After assigning a number, any person from the given population could be selected without defining any kind of order. Now, what is systematic sampling? This sampling method is used when population frame is large and source list is easily available in one place through telephone directory, company payroll. Then this systematic sampling will be helpful in collecting the sample quickly. In this method, every element in the population is chosen from the given numbers onto the frame. Stratified random sampling. Stratified random sampling is used for heterogeneous universe. That is, universe is diverse and classified into different levels of strata. Therefore, first classification is made, then chance sampling is done. This is called stratified sampling. Example, if job satisfaction of employees is to be measured, then employees will be the first categorized into three different levels, that is, directors, managers, non-managers. Then based on chance sampling, element will be selected from each of the strata of the classified group. Although this method is time-consuming but efficient among all probability methods. Cluster sampling. When population is classified into groups, it is called cluster sampling. First, the heterogeneous members from the groups are identified, then some are chosen at random. All the members in each of the randomly chosen groups are then studied. Since subset of clusters are more homogeneous than heterogeneous, therefore it is least reliable and efficient among all sample design. Area sampling. When sampling is done within a particular area or locality, it is called area sampling. Although it is very useful for decision related to specific area, but takes a lot of time in collecting data. Double sampling. When detailed information is required for the study, the same sample or the subset of sample is studied. Respondent get irritated for second time response. Non-probability sampling. There is no assurance that every element has some specific chance of being selected. In this type of sampling, sample items are deliberately selected by researcher, which may be favorable for his study. And if he is unbiased, then there will be issue of reliability of data. Types of non-probability are deliberate sampling, quota sampling, convenience sampling, and snowball sampling. What is deliberate sampling? Also known as judgment sampling, in which subjects are selected on the basis of their expertise on the topic investigated. Quota sampling, type of sampling where objects are conveniently chosen from the target group according to the predetermined numbers or quota. It is useful for the study where minorities' participation is critical. Convenience sampling. When the universe is known to be homogeneous with respect to the variable under study, we use convenience sampling. Under this condition, the most easily accessible member are chosen as subject. It is used at times when researchers want to have quick information to get the feel for variable under interest. This method of sampling is not generalizable at all. Snowball sampling is a non-probability sampling technique that is used by researchers to identify potential subjects in studies where subjects are hard to locate. Researchers use this sampling method if the sample for the study is very rare or is limited to a very small subgroup of population. This type of sampling technique works like chain referral. Example, giving the questionnaire to the student who know other student of their batch and then asking them to identify other student whom they know. Thank you so much. If you have any query, you can email me, students.